At that time, my mother told me then. She said, but you got to watch that one there. And I was like, who? I said, the one dancing? She said, yes, that's Eddie Murphy's wife. She said, you got to watch that one.
Current wife at the time or ex at the time?
I want to say, I think she was still married. They were still married. And I was like, no, And so, when your mom tell you something about new school, you feel like you old school, And she was right.
That Nicole is for the streets, so I'm not surprised she's out here getting freaky and disgusting with a married man.
And I said, hey, do you know anything about this? And, we talked or whatever. And I said, well, let me send you a tape that I have of proof, And so I did.
What tape? What was on the tape?
It was a tape of her and Michael with bullshit. I don't know if she's a home wrecker or not. I can't answer that, but I know that what she's doing in people's homes is just wrecking it.
How did you find that out?
I had checked the manifest of my plane because we owned a plane. And so when you check that list, it says all the people that have rolled on the plane. And she didn't ride on it with me. And nor did she receive an invitation from me. So if you had a girlfriend that has her own island, I would think that you would call and say, hey, girl, I'm coming, because I was getting everybody to come. So why you would accept an invitation from him and you don't even know him is unbeknownst to me.
It said I broke up somebody's marriage, which is absolutely false. I never did that. There was a statement released by that ex-husband saying it's false. And no
Oh, you're talking about when LisaRaye got involved and said you slept with her husband.
Yes, and it's not.
Forget Real Housewives drama. This feud is older, dirtier, and way more personal. Nicole Murphy's name is back in every headline after a leaked video allegedly showed her in a scandal that's got Hollywood whispering. She did again. But what really has the internet gagged isn't the tape itself. It's who fans believe leaked it. Her former best friend turned lifelong enemy, LisaRaye McCoy. Because after more than a decade of betrayal, cheating, and exposed receipts, LisaRaye just might have pulled the pettiest revenge move in Hollywood history. And if you thought their old beef over Lisa's husband was wild, this new twist takes it somewhere darker. Let's break down how a friendship that once looked like sisterhood turned into a decades-long war, and why everyone's saying LisaRaye didn't just expose Nicole this time, she buried her. The internet is on fire again, and this time, Nicole Murphy's name is burning right at the center of it. Overnight, a mysterious leaked video hit social media, allegedly showing the model and actress in a compromising situation that has fans clutching their pearls and asking, how many chances does one woman get? But what's making this scandal explode isn't just the video. It's the timing, the whispers, and the one name everyone keeps bringing up, LisaRaye McCoy. Because if the rumors are true, LisaRaye didn't just clap back. She plotted a comeback 20 years in the making. Now, longtime followers of Hollywood's messiest feuds know this isn't just any catfight. This is betrayal with receipts, revenge with precision, and karma served cold. 4 years, LisaRaye and Nicole were inseparable. Red carpets, private jets, and matching glam. Until everything crumbled when Lisa discovered Nicole was allegedly sleeping with her husband. It was the kind of betrayal that doesn't just end a friendship. It rewrites your entire trust in humanity. So, as this new video circulates and the internet starts pointing fingers, the real question everyone's asking is, did LisaRaye finally get her revenge? Or did karma just happen to align with her grudge? At first, fans thought it was fake, some deepfake stunt or another clickbait scandal. But as more clips and screenshots surfaced, even the skeptics started whispering. The video allegedly shows Nicole in an unflattering, intimate setting, and while the details are hazy, the reactions have been anything but subtle. The internet went from shock to memes in under an hour, with people saying, "Not Nicole Murphy getting caught like this again," and others claiming, LisaRaye's patience is Olympic level if she waited this long to strike. Every major gossip page picked it up. Hashtags like hashtag Nicole Murphy exposed and hashtag LisaRaye strikes again started trending, and fans began dissecting the timing like detectives. Because just days before the video surfaced, LisaRaye had gone viral for a cryptic post, a quote about betrayal and revenge that now feels a little too coincidental. Some even swore she looked too calm when asked about it in interviews, almost like someone who already knew the storm was coming. And as the internet keeps speculating, one thing's becoming clear. This isn't just random chaos. There's a backstory, a deep, messy, decades-long one, and it starts way before hashtags and leaks. It starts with friendship, loyalty, and a betrayal that rocked both women's lives. To understand this level of hate, you've got to rewind to the early 2000s when LisaRaye McCoy and Nicole Murphy were Hollywood royalty. They weren't just close, they were inseparable. Red carpets, vacations, family dinners, the kind of friendship that looked untouchable. LisaRaye had just married Michael Missick, the handsome and powerful Prime Minister of Turks and Caicos. Nicole, at the time, was married to Eddie Murphy. Two power couples, one glamorous circle, until the whispers began. It started small. LisaRaye's mother allegedly warned her that something felt off about Nicole's energy around Michael. "You better watch that one," she told her daughter, but LisaRaye brushed it off. Nicole was her friend, her sister in stilettos. But soon little inconsistencies started adding up. One day, Lisa checked the flight manifest for a private jet and saw something strange. Nicole's name listed on a flight she never invited her on. And that wasn't just any flight. That was the same plane her husband had taken out of the country, without her. That was the crack that shattered everything. LisaRaye's intuition kicked in, and when she confronted both parties, the silence spoke louder than any denial. The marriage crumbled, the friendship imploded, and Nicole Murphy's reputation, once spotless, was suddenly stained with the label homewrecker. From that moment on, LisaRaye stopped smiling when Nicole's name was mentioned. She's spoken about it in interviews with the calm of someone who's been holding on to the truth for too long, saying she knew exactly what she was doing. You don't go behind your friend's back like that. That betrayal became the blueprint for every rumor that followed, because from that day forward, wherever Nicole went, drama followed. But here's where it gets darker, because LisaRaye didn't just walk away and cry into her pillow. She got strategic. Years later, when Nicole started dating former NFL star and TV host Michael Strahan, Lisa saw her opening. In an interview, Lisa casually admitted that she called Strahan to warn him about Nicole and even offered to send him a tape as proof. Let that sink in. She had a tape. To this day, Lisa insists the footage was innocent, just Nicole being a little too close to her ex-husband. But the way she told it, with that signature icy calm and a smirk that said, "I told you so," the internet was convinced that whatever was on that tape wasn't so innocent after all. It was the moment everyone realized LisaRaye isn't the type to forgive, she's the type to collect evidence and wait. And that's what makes this new leak so suspicious. Fans are connecting the dots, saying Lisa has a pattern. She always resurfaces right when Nicole's reputation starts to recover. She wears white like an angel, but moves like a chess player. And every move she makes seems to pull Nicole one step closer to public humiliation. Whether or not she actually leaked the new video, one thing's certain, she's not losing sleep over it. By now, Nicole Murphy's name has practically become synonymous with scandal, especially when it comes to married men. From Eddie Murphy's ex-wife to Antoine Fuqua's infamous friendly kiss in Italy, every headline seems to blur the line between coincidence and pattern. Remember that photo? The one where Nicole was caught lip-locked with Antoine on a hotel balcony while he was still married to actress Lela Rochon? That image alone broke the internet, and when Nicole tried to downplay it, claiming it was just a family friend hello, nobody was buying it. Even LisaRaye's sister, Debrat, jumped in years ago, publicly confirming that Nicole did break up Lisa's marriage. And fans haven't forgotten. Every new scandal revives old wounds. Every apology sounds rehearsed, and every time Nicole's name trends, it's because she's allegedly crossed another line. Now, some fans defend her, saying she's being unfairly villainized in a double-standard industry where men's infidelity is normalized. But others say Nicole's track record speaks for itself, that she's addicted to danger, to the thrill of what's forbidden. And this new leak, whether fair or not, is just reinforcing the narrative LisaRaye set years ago. Nicole Murphy is a beautiful disaster who can't stay out of other people's marriages. So when that video dropped and Lisa stayed quiet, no shade, no post, no denial, it only made people more certain. Because silence from LisaRaye doesn't mean she's innocent. It means she's satisfied. Just when people thought the LisaRaye and Nicole Murphy saga couldn't get any messier, the conversation swerved straight into the shadows of Hollywood, into whispers that have haunted Nicole's ex-husband, Eddie Murphy, for decades. Because behind all the red carpets, Beverly Hills mansions, and picture-perfect smiles, their marriage wasn't just glamorous. It was complicated. It was chaotic. And according to industry insiders, it was built on a whole lot of secrets that LisaRaye allegedly knew how to use to her advantage. See, long before social media exposed everyone's business, old-school Hollywood gossip traveled through whispers, blind items, and coded conversations. And one of the most persistent whispers was that Eddie Murphy's private life was a lot more layered than fans realized. From the rumored bachelor parties at his mansion to the late-night limo incident that tabloids never let go of, Eddie's name has been attached to stories that Hollywood politely pretended to forget. And for years, Nicole stood right beside him, smiling, unbothered, and perfectly composed, even when the rumors started to get specific. Because here's where things took a turn. Insiders started talking about a mysterious third presence in their marriage. Not a mistress, but a friend. The name that kept popping up? Johnny Gill. The friendship between Eddie and Johnny has been a source of fascination for years. Two men so close that fans started asking questions that no one in Hollywood wanted to answer out loud. And while neither man ever confirmed anything, the speculation became its own storm. There were whispers of shared penthouses, joint vacations, and an unbreakable bond that blurred the line between friendship and something more. Now, add to that another round of unverified but persistent gossip. Stories about Eddie's alleged encounters with trans escorts in the 90s, stories that tabloids ran wild with before they mysteriously disappeared from circulation. Those stories may have faded from headlines, but they never really went away. They just went underground, tucked inside Hollywood's unwritten rulebook of secrets. And this is where LisaRaye allegedly stepped in. According to those close to her, she didn't just hold a grudge. She held information. She knew how to press the right buttons, how to let rumors breathe just enough to sting. The kind of subtle, strategic shade that doesn't require proof, just timing. Because when Nicole's image as Hollywood's ultimate it-girl began to recover after the Fuqua scandal, suddenly old whispers about Eddie started resurfacing online. Almost as if someone wanted to remind the world that the Murphys' fairy tale was never as perfect as it looked. The brilliance, or the cruelty, of it all was how Lisa never had to say a word. Her silence was the message. Every time Nicole tried to reinvent herself, another skeleton from that Hollywood past seemed to come rattling out. And fans started connecting the dots. Maybe Lisa didn't leak anything directly, but she knew exactly how to keep the fire burning. Because in Hollywood, secrets aren't destroyed. They're traded, recycled, and re-released when the timing's right. And in LisaRaye's hands, those whispers about Eddie's double life and Nicole's loyalty became the ultimate revenge weapon. A slow burn of humiliation, disguised as coincidence, played out on the grandest stage possible. Fast forward to now, the year 2025, and the cycle has come full circle. That mysterious leak tape didn't just drop out of nowhere. It reignited one of Hollywood's most enduring feuds, dragging LisaRaye McCoy and Nicole Murphy back into the same burning spotlight they thought they'd escaped years ago. Overnight, a new generation of fans, many who weren't even old enough to remember the original betrayal, suddenly found themselves deep-diving old interviews, pulling up tabloid clippings, and replaying LisaRaye's old soundbites about loyalty and karma. And what they found was a story that looked less like coincidence and more like strategy. Because if there's one thing people know about LisaRaye, it's that she never forgets. Decades later, she's still asked about that friendship, that betrayal, that heartbreak. And every single time, her tone stays the same. Calm, composed, but sharp enough to cut glass. She never yells, never curses, never breaks character. But her silence? Her silence has always spoken volumes. So when this new tape surfaced, timed perfectly after Nicole's recent attempts to rehab her image with podcasts, fitness endorsements, and red carpet appearances, the internet couldn't help but connect the dots. Was this just bad luck? Or had LisaRaye been quietly playing the long game, waiting for the exact moment to remind everyone who started it all? Her alleged motive seems almost poetic. Nicole never really apologized. Not publicly, not sincerely. There were statements, sure, vague sound bites about misunderstandings and respect for everyone involved, but never a real acknowledgement of what she did to her friend. And that's what made this whole thing sting so much more. For LisaRaye, who built her entire persona on elegance, loyalty, and class, forgiveness wasn't the goal. Accountability was. And when it never came, revenge filled the space where closure should have been. Fans are calling it karmic justice, a full circle moment where the universe finally did what LisaRaye never publicly could. But others aren't so sure. Some say this feels too precise, too perfectly timed to be random. They're calling it calculated revenge, the final chapter in a 2-decade feud, dropped like a bomb just when Nicole thought she was safe. The internet is officially split down the middle. Hashtag Team Lisa sees her as the queen of patience, the woman who waited 20 years for the perfect moment to let karma do the talking. They say she didn't leak anything. She just sat back and watched the truth expose itself. Then there's hashtag Team Nicole, arguing that Lisa's obsession has gone too far, that holding on to that kind of resentment for so long isn't power, it's poison. Twitter spaces are filled with debates. TikToks are dissecting every facial expression in old red carpet interviews. Instagram pages are comparing outfits, captions, even quotes between the two women. Every move analyzed like it's part of some hidden code. Because in Hollywood, where image is everything, the real game isn't about who tells the truth. It's about who controls the narrative. And right now, LisaRaye McCoy is winning that war without saying a single word. Because if the goal was to remind Nicole and the entire industry that betrayal has a long memory, mission accomplished. The tape wasn't just a scandal. It was a message, a full circle warning that in Hollywood, the past never dies. It just waits for the perfect moment to leak. When you really step back from all the noise, the leak tape, the memes, the hashtags, what you see isn't just a petty celebrity feud. It's a story about power, pride, and the kind of vengeance that only Hollywood could breed. Because this wasn't just about a man. It never really was. This was about two women fighting for dignity in an industry that feeds on humiliation. LisaRaye McCoy and Nicole Murphy represent two sides of the same Hollywood coin. Both beautiful, both ambitious, both survivors of an industry that uses women, praises them, and then watches them tear each other apart. But their feud became something bigger than them. It became a mirror, a reflection of how betrayal turns into branding, how pain turns into personality, and how silence can speak louder than any public apology ever could. LisaRaye carved her identity out of resilience. Her image, that angelic, all-white everything uniform, became her armor. A woman who radiates grace on the outside, but carries the cold fire of someone who's been betrayed too many times. Her catchphrase might as well be, "I don't forgive, I get even," because that's her power, her control. She doesn't need to scream or post. She lets time, truth, and karma do the talking. Nicole, on the other hand, built her brand on denial. Every scandal, every headline, every photo that set the internet ablaze was followed by the same soft-spoken line. It's not what it looks like. She spent her entire public life trying to smooth over chaos, to project innocence in situations that always seem to spiral out of control. She plays the victim of misunderstanding, the woman caught in unfortunate timing. And for years, that worked. Until LisaRaye entered the chat. Because the irony, the tragic, almost cinematic irony, is that both of these women are now defined by the feud that destroyed them. Their marriages are long gone. The men at the center of it have moved on, remarried, or disappeared from the headlines. But Lisa and Nicole, they're still locked in a silent tug-of-war for reputation. One trying to protect it, the other trying to reclaim it. Hollywood hasn't let them move on, and maybe, deep down, neither of them really wants to. Because after so many years, this feud isn't just history. It's identity. It's relevance. Every news scandal reignites the conversation, and every whisper of revenge adds another layer to the legend of LisaRaye McCoy, the woman who waited decades to get even. And that's where the uncertainty creeps in. If Lisa really was behind this leak, if she orchestrated this final blow with the same quiet precision she's shown for years, then what's next? How far is she willing to go to make sure Nicole Murphy never escapes her shadow? Because every time the world thinks Lisa's done, she resurfaces with that same unbothered smirk, that look that says, "Don't play with me." And every time Nicole thinks she's finally escaped the past, another storm rolls in, and she's right back where she started, facing the ghost of the friend she betrayed. So maybe the real legacy of this feud isn't revenge or justice. Maybe it's obsession, two women bound together by a single, irreversible moment of betrayal, still dancing around the same fire decades later. And as that leaked tape continues to spread, one question keeps echoing through the timelines. If this was LisaRaye's doing, was it closure? Or just the beginning of her next move? And so here we are, nearly 2 decades later, still talking about the same two names, LisaRaye McCoy and Nicole Murphy. Two women who were once sisters in glam, now eternal rivals in silence. Time has moved on, Hollywood has evolved, new scandals have come and gone. But somehow, this story refuses to fade. Because every time Nicole Murphy's name starts to disappear from the headlines, every time she tries to step back into the spotlight with grace, with poise, with that signature smile, LisaRaye reminds the world who she really is. That's the quote that keeps echoing across social media tonight, whispered like a warning and a prophecy. Every time Nicole's name fades away, LisaRaye reminds the world who she really is. It's poetic, it's chilling, and it's painfully true. In Hollywood, grudges don't die, they trend. Revenge doesn't fade, it evolves. And reputation? That's the one currency no publicist can save once the internet decides it's time for a rebrand. LisaRaye has turned patience into a weapon. She's proven that sometimes silence can hit harder than any scandal. And Nicole, well, Nicole has become the cautionary tale of what happens when apologies never come soon enough. But as the tape continues to circulate and timelines keep arguing over who's right, one haunting question remains. The kind that doesn't have a clean answer, just speculation and silence. Did LisaRaye finally end Nicole Murphy's career? Or did she just prove that she'll never be done with her? The screen fades to black. The feud lives on.